telling people that I'm a veteran. And it's because I'm a very special type of veteran. I'm the type of veteran that believes the word veteran should never be abbreviated to the word vet. You see, vet can mean so many different things. It can mean prior service member. It can mean animal doctor. It can mean Corps vet. It can even mean a person who has a lot of experience in their profession. Now, my father-in-law, he was in the service. So was his dog. So in theory, I, as a vet, could help a vet, take his vet to the vet, and a vet. Like a vet! You guys are looking at me like, how did I get on this mic? And I'll tell you, I was vetted. Guys, I'm up from San Angelo, Texas, and like most military people that live there, I'm not from there. Nah, I'm a transplant. So when I go home for the holidays, I really have to go somewhere. And I go all the way back to a place called Cooter, Missouri. Yeah, I said Cooter. It's a nice place in the backwoodsy, rednecky sort of way. But I do love being a Cooter, I'll tell you that all day. Now, anytime I go home, me and my family, we take a trip over to the department store. The only department store in Cooter. And when I say department store, I mean the Dollar General. And when I say my family, I mean my family. I'm talking about my nieces, my nephews, my aunts, my uncles, my grandma, my grandpa, my mom, my dad, my brother, my sister, my kids, and my wife. One great big redneck mecca right over to the great department store of Cooter, Missouri. Now, the last time we made such a trip, my youngest daughter, she began to act out, you know, the way they do. And I was going to try and crush it at the lowest level, bend down, have a conversation with her. But before I get too far into that, I'll tell you, military members, depending on when you serve, you have your own world problems to think about, your own war. Mine happened to be the war on terrorism. With that came some common misconceptions. People believe that Middle Easterners raise their kids to be terrorists. That's not true. All kids are terrorists. Just in America, we like to train it out of them. Now, let me get back to my conversation with my child. I got down about eye level. She began to make demands. Well, I don't negotiate with terrorists, so I scoop her little butt up. I'm going to take her out to the car. This is a known consequence. She doesn't want that, so she's fighting me a little bit. So like any good dad would, I threw up over my shoulder, and I quickened my pace. Then she began to really fight. Arms this way, legs that way, really giving me problems. And I'm okay with this. But then, my daughter, she did the unthinkable. In public, she cried for help. Dramatically, too. She was all, help me, help me, help me, help me! Think about this, ladies and gentlemen. I'm a middle-aged man. You're a small community. You don't know me. I'm darn near running for the door with a small child draped over my shoulder, kicking me, fighting for its life. I'm about, help, help me, help me, help me. Man, in Texas, I'd have been shot. I couldn't get out that door quick enough. I darn near sprinted across the parking lot. I got to the car. I opened the car door. I went to put her in. She didn't want to go in. She's holding on to the door frame with all four limbs like this. And I'm pushing on her torso till her little limbs just give out. I get her into the car seat, tie her down like a darn hostage. I stand up, look around, hundreds of spectators. Some might call them witnesses. But you know, not a single one of them challenged me. You know why? Because they know all kids are terrorists. Not to be negotiated with. Oh man, you guys smile and smirk at me like that might be true. That's not true. We do negotiate with our kids. We give them their own rules to play by. For instance, if a child was to throw out its arms, run into a room and go, pop, 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 pop. Look up and declare, I'm a helicopter. You know what you'll tell that kid? Yeah, you are. You can be anything you want to be. But Lord forbid I, as a full-grown man, should throw out my arms, run into a room and go, pop, 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 pop. Look up and declare, I'm a helicopter. Yeah, you are. People say mean things. People say mean things like, get away from me. Or, we should see other people.